Good afternoon and welcome to Just Jocelyn. I'm really glad that you could join us here today. It's been a couple of weeks, but it's been crazy busy in the state, and lining up the guests, as you know, is ever challenging. But I'm very excited this afternoon to have Jana Elsayed here with me. It's been a little while, but I think it's time for an update. It's a time to find out exactly what's going on, what is new in her life, and as you can tell, she has the beautiful sparkly crown on and a sash. And I'm reading that it says Miss New Hampshire Volunteer. So I'm very excited and intrigued to find out, what is this all about? What's changed? What do we need to know? Why is this important to you? Perhaps your daughters, your cousins, anybody that may be interested. So welcome to the show, Jana.
Thank you so much for having me.
I am super excited to have you here. As always, we always have a good time. So why the change?
So I'm super excited. I'm actually the second Miss New Hampshire volunteer ever.
Oh.
So this is a brand new organization out of Tennessee. Allison DeMarcus runs the program. She is a powerhouse woman who is taking the pageant world by storm. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of this organization that really focuses on women empowerment.
I love that. I also am feeling, and because of the sash, volunteering and platforms and stuff have been the earmark of so many different competitions, pageants, whatever you want to call them. It's all about scholarships. It's all about empowering women. Yeah. It's all about just being unique and being the best that you can be. So I am really excited that it's truly about volunteering, which was always a buzzword, but as many years as I've been involved, 20 plus, maybe crowding 30, but gives away my age, volunteering was a buzzword. It's something that you did. It was pushed, but in the end, I don't feel, in my opinion, that it was given the importance it was due. And I happen to know you went out of your way for extreme volunteering, that you absolutely just I don't know what the word is, not impersonated, but you were volunteerism. There was nothing you wouldn't do for your platform. There was nothing you wouldn't do for the children. There was no, mountain you wouldn't climb. So how is Miss New Hampshire Volunteer really so important for you, and what are you bringing to it that is getting the attention?
I really feel that when you are a title holder, you need to be out in your community and you need to be making a name for the organization to show the importance of the organization, but also show that women in New Hampshire love our state, love our communities, and want to volunteer. So there's no bigger joy than having the word volunteer on my chest with my favorite state of New Hampshire. This year, I've really focused on working with tons of different organizations, different nonprofits, aside from just my Serve initiative. I really wanted to connect with different nonprofits across the state that are doing amazing work, shine light on them, and then get other people involved in volunteering within those organizations as well.
I like it. And not just a beautiful face, not just a great talent and intelligence, truly bringing public servant forward, volunteering forward, helping your community, and not just painting it with a little paintbrush, actually getting out there and getting dirty.
And you know what? We do it, but we also think about being that well-rounded woman in this organization. So every phase of competition is worth 25%. So you really have to be good across the board. And that really makes you strive to be good in each area of competition, in each area of your life, whether that is fitness. We have swimsuits. So I am going to be competing on a stage in a bathing suit and heels. And you know what? That has motivated me to be my best self. I'm going to the gym every day. I am eating healthy. And I see it as a positive. What a time in my life to put health first. And this organization is really backing that up. We compete in Interview, where we talk about our goals, our dreams, our Serve initiative, and why we want to be title holders. What are we going to do for our country as Miss Volunteer America? So that's something that I'm currently preparing for. What is my why, right? What am I going to do? How am I going to leave a legacy, whether that is as Miss New Hampshire Volunteer or as Miss Volunteer America?
I love it. I love that you said, what can we do for our country? Again, buzzwords we hear being tossed around morning, noon, and night. This competition, that pageant, this, TV, not here. Actually believing in it and moving and doing and achieving.
Yeah, it's this idea that Allison has that when we are involved in pageantry as young women, it opens doors. So whether that helps me to work for a nonprofit in the future, or that just brings some type of networking opportunity for me to do good in the world. All of these small moments, because pageantry is just a moment of your life, but those small moments can have large impacts. And we know that one person truly can make a difference. So as Miss Volunteer America, that would be my goal, to have as many moments of impacting young women's lives as possible, to show them that not only can you be smart and beautiful, but you can do things for your community. You can be a successful woman and reach for those dreams.
Can also build a career
Yes,
along
you can.
the way. Talk to me about the 5 points of the crown, because the crown is not simply the thing that sits on your head, that beautiful piece of jewelry, that shiny item that draws everybody to you. It actually has a history. It actually has
meaning. It has meaning. So we have a serve initiative, and each point of the crown represents a different pillar for the Miss Volunteer America organization and what we believe that women should excel in and succeed in their lives. So we have scholarship, we have education, empowerment, responsibility, and volunteerism. And those are the pillars that all the women that I'll be competing with in June in Tennessee live by.
I love it. So you did bring it up. So in June in Tennessee, that's where the national competition's going to be. And how many girls will be competing? Is it in every
single state is represented this year.
Wow. So second year out, every state represented. That is amazing.
We're growing fast.
Well, and rightly so, because the 5 points of the crown say it all. You're talking about America. You are talking about volunteering, you're talking about community, you're talking about health, you're talking about being the best person you can be, you're talking about empowering women. I don't hear that anyplace else. And I don't see it being acted on either. So, kudos to you and to, I know it's not Miss New Hampshire, but what would you call the
Miss
national?
New Hampshire Volunteer Organization, the Miss Volunteer America
Miss Volunteer, okay, so awesome. Talk to me about how you go about emphasizing this program, how you would reach out to young ladies that would be interested. It's not, you just kind of go in and put on a pretty gown and wander around and say, and I'm not making fun of anybody, but it's because that's what a lot of people believe.
Right,
so,
yes, that's a negative connotation with pageantry.
So tell me, how do you reach them? And how do you prepare for this?
Sure. So usually the first thing that I do if I'm talking to parents is talk about scholarship dollars. This is a scholarship program. So earning scholarship dollars to further your education to become successful. That usually gets the parents going, okay, maybe I'm going to give this organization a shot. When I'm talking to young women, I often find that women are living by our 5 pillars already and don't even realize that there is an organization meant for them. So talking to these young women about, hey, you know what? You love your community. You used to be a dancer. Maybe you're not currently dancing, but you know what? You could whip up a minute 30 talent.
Yes.
You love public speaking, or maybe you want to get better at public speaking. You're into health, you're into mental health. All of these different topics really combine to create what a good title holder would be. You don't need to have the pageant experience of competing for years. I found an organization that I love, and now I want all these other women to be a part of it because of the growth that I have. I talk about how I really feel confident on stage. I talk about the sisterhood. I have never experienced pageantry in the way that I am currently. I was lucky enough to go see my teen compete in nationals. Eliza, she did beautifully. She put New Hampshire on the map. We love that. But I got to meet my other Miss title holders, and I already have friends across the country that I'm texting and talking to on a daily basis. So these are women that are like-minded, intelligent, they are going places, and I'm going to have them as lifelong friends and networking opportunities, right? Because you never know when a connection is going to lead to something so much bigger.
Well, it's 6 degrees of separation, and this just solidifies it and maybe narrows it down just a teeny bit more. What is the time needed to put into this locally? Are there local, or is it just a state pageant?
Yeah.
And what is the time that you need to dedicate to this?
So definitely working on being mind, body, and soul ready to compete is something that we always say. So making sure that you are mentally ready to compete, having your best foot forward, working on your talent, your public speaking skills, all of those contribute to your success within a program. But Miss New Hampshire Volunteer is growing. It's new. We're trying to get as many women involved. And myself and the state director, Sarah Jane Howland, we really are ready to hit the ground running and help any woman that is interested in competing. We will work with you. We will help you with paperwork. It can seem like a lot at first, but we'll be checking things off and you'll be ready to compete at the state pageant, which we don't have a date yet, but make sure that you're following us on social media, Miss New Hampshire Volunteer, to see when our next competition will be, because really just getting your foot in the door, getting on stage once could really change your life. You'll be hooked, you will.
I was going to say, there's many a gal that's gone for I'm just going to do it once. And 5, 6,
Hey, I was
7
the
years
basketball
later.
girl who wore basketball shorts and big sneakers and never wanted to be girly, and look at me now. So I was hooked.
Talk to me about and explain, does this program have a platform? Do you need to have a platform, something, a subject, a community event that you want to be dedicated to and you want to stay with it for an extended amount of time?
Yes. So each title holder or each person that is going to compete has a serve initiative. So that's just something that you're super passionate about, that you want to make a difference within the world. So for me, I have a big passion for children. So for me, it's building a stronger tomorrow for New Hampshire's youth. I really focus in on serving kids and making sure that they feel like they have the opportunity to succeed in every aspect of life, whether that is a child that may be hospitalized or a child that has been a victim of child abuse, or maybe a child with special education needs that just feels like, oh, I don't fit in. My serve initiative really focuses on targeting those kids, making sure that they know that they matter and that they are going to do great things.
I like that very much. Again, another phrase that's tossed around is, it's for the children, it's for the children. And I don't always see in any aspect in our world right now that it's for the children. But when I look at the Miss New Hampshire Volunteer program, I am seeing actual steps being taken. I am seeing achievement happening. I am seeing palpable, countable, you can point to this child and that child and this child that have been helped by you and others, because the other girls obviously had the same kind of serve initiatives. So that really puts you light years ahead of those that just mutter the words. And again, for me, everything is doing. It's not talking the talk. It's walking the walk right along with it. Am I correct?
Yes. I have done so many amazing events as Miss New Hampshire Volunteer. This title has really opened doors for me, whether it was participating in the Penguin Plunge, running into the Atlantic Ocean.
Whoa. You didn't.
I did, in a tutu.
Oh, well, thank goodness for that, because that's really warm.
We were stylish as we did it. But
stylish, but cool.
For such a good cause.
Yes.
When you think about Special Olympics, again, another nonprofit organization that I have been luckily enough to work with and have an opportunity to see their impact. So Miss New Hampshire Volunteer is not only just about that individual serve initiative, but it's also about propelling those other nonprofit organizations, partnering with them. And that's something that I've really focused on. I think that Miss New Hampshire Volunteer can be at every nonprofit event. And I am someone who really enjoys going to all the different events, meeting new people, making those connections. And that has been a big focus of my year and something that I hope the next Miss New Hampshire Volunteer will continue to do.
Well, you're also a great representative of everything that you talk about. Well, it's the truth. You know, if you're not a good representative, if we can't judge you, if we can't believe you, what's it all about? But I am truly seeing this happen, and I find that very refreshing in this world. And not being a negative Nelly, but we all know what the world is like right now. So to have these 5 points, these 5, brilliant diamonds out there that everybody can see and can reach out and try and achieve. That's what we don't have currently right now. We have it in little pockets, but this is visible. This is tangible. This is something that everybody can participate in and feel like they're accomplishing.
Yeah.
What other events have you done? So you've done the polar plunge. What other excellent things have you done? Interesting.
That was pretty cold. Yeah. Not going to lie. That was a great opportunity to raise money for Special Olympics, but I am also doing a lot of work behind the scenes for child safety. So that is something that I really, really think is important that not a lot of people think about. So I am a graduate student for applied behavior analysis, future board certified behavior analyst in my last semester.
Yay, congratulations.
Yeah, so exciting. This program has helped me pay for that. But with my knowledge of applied behavior analysis and working with special education and specifically the autism spectrum disorder population, I know the importance of making sure that these children are safe, especially when you have nonverbal kiddos. So behind the scenes, as Miss New Hampshire volunteer, I am working with student resource officers and community officers across the state of New Hampshire to talk about what an AAC device is, how to use an AAC device, because let's think about it. You don't know how to use an AAC device unless you've used one.
Correct.
And then what happens when one of our nonverbal kiddos ends up lost in Market Basket? What do we do?
What do you do?
How do we get that personal information? How do we know the next steps? So for me, that is making our resource officers familiar with these students.
Devices, and the
with
students.
The devices, with the students, and then knowing kind of those next steps of what do you think would be the next appropriate step? So my dream as Miss New Hampshire Volunteer and as Miss Volunteer America would be to have a national campaign that every child with an AAC device, those are used to communicate, you use them like an iPad and they're able to use them as their voice, that every single AAC device in America would have an emergency button on their home page that law enforcement and anybody else that might find a child that is missing or in distress
zero in on
could
them
just
and find
touch
them.
that emergency button and have their information to help that child find safety.
Oh, that's brilliant. And especially with the technology nowadays. We're going to dive into that a little later. So I understand that you sang the national anthem recently. Where was that?
So I had the opportunity to sing the national anthem at the Fisher Cats game, which was so fun.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I know you sing everywhere, but was it a little daunting?
You know what? It was cold. Yesterday was cold. My teeth were chattering a little bit. It was windy, but it was an awesome opportunity. I really love sports and having that atmosphere of play ball, right? So it was so much fun. I sang God Bless America at a Fisher Cats game when I was 15. So it's kind of a full circle moment to be back as Miss New Hampshire Volunteer singing the national anthem. And whenever you get to sing the national anthem, it's just such an honor because I'm just so proud to be an American and to be able to represent New Hampshire. To sing that national anthem is just so special to me.
You're so funny because you stole my question. But we've been doing this for quite a while, so the back and forth is pretty intense. Not being able to sing at all, I couldn't keep a tune in a dump truck, and I will totally tell everybody that. Don't ever ask me to sing. So I am totally jealous, and I love your voice, and I've followed you for so many years and everything that you have sang throughout the years. Apart from the national anthem, which I know is near and dear to your heart and truly the epitome of an American and being proud to be an American. You show that every day. Do you have other favorite songs? Are there songs that are close to your heart? I think I know what they are, but it'd be really cool if you could share songs that you like without giving away what you're going to do next month.
Oh, well, you know what? We'll talk about that later of how you guys can hear what I am going to be singing in Tennessee.
I have a feeling it's going to be Hello, I Pick Jana.
It'll be fun. It's going to be a fun one. When I think back about all the songs that I've sang, there's two that really stand out. I am super close to my mom. And when I was a young child. Yeah, I mean, everyone, when they see us together, they're like, oh, definitely mother-daughter. Sometimes we get sister, and my mom nearly faints. She's so excited, but
you know the feeling. It's really nice.
So growing up, my mom used to sing to me, and there are two songs that really stick out in my mind. And one of them was Patsy Cline's Crazy, So I started singing that in high school, and I have sung that for so many different singing opportunities and competitions. And that's just something that's like a song that's just really passionate for me because it reminds me of my mom and growing up with my mom singing that to me.
Aw.
And then Over the Rainbow is the other one that I really just love singing. Over the Rainbow.
That was one of them. I knew that. What was the song you sang for your grandmother?
You Raised Me Up.
Thank you.
And I did half
Just
of
the
that in
three,
Italian.
Yep. That is a song that will move you to tears.
Yeah.
So those two are my favorite. Of course, the national anthem is just, it's not even, you don't pick it. But Over the Rainbow and You Raise Me Up are just two that when I hear them done well, on key, which you do, because sometimes they're a little like, ooh, a little cringeworthy. It's awesome because the spirit just fills you and you get warm and tingly all over and you just want to hear it again and again. So congratulations for following through. Congratulations for following your heart and sharing it with everybody. It's amazing. It truly is amazing, and I am super proud of you and everything you've done in college. I mean, you're graduating this month?
I just started my last semester, so I will be done in August.
In August,
and
okay.
I currently still have my 4.0, so fingers crossed we can finish. That would be a really big dream of mine. I've been working very hard, so if I can finish out this last semester, I am so fortunate to have had the opportunities that I've had, to be able to go to graduate school, to have these scholarship dollars that I have earned, that education is just really at the forefront of my mind, and it is so important. And I think as women, going for your degree and saying, you know what, I'm going to do this for myself is so important. And the Miss Volunteer America organization really tells you, you know what, go for it. Go for that degree and make that dream happen. So for me, that is becoming a board certified behavior analyst.
They're very supportive.
Yes.
Of you.
Of all women.
Of all of you.
And all other organizations. Miss Volunteer America supports all women, whether you choose to compete or you choose to be a volunteer, or if you just want to come and watch. And that's something that I think is so beautiful. We love all people. We love America.
I love that. I want to thank you so much for coming and sharing this with us today. You do have an event coming up on June 9th, and that's going to be
6 to 8 p.m. It's in Hollis. You can go to Miss New Hampshire Volunteer on Facebook to see all that information, to purchase tickets. I will be showing all my wardrobe off. I will be performing my talent, and it's really that last chance for me to be with the New Hampshire community before I go to Jackson, Tennessee to compete for my dream of becoming Miss Volunteer America. So I would love to have anybody, like everyone is welcomed. Kiddos are welcomed.
Yep.
There'll be pictures. There'll be a photographer. It'll be a fabulous night. So
ask
make sure.
questions if anybody's interested.
If you're interested in competing, see what it's like. Of what it's like, of course.
It'd be a little glimpse of exactly what you're going to be going through in a few short weeks.
It's going to be a blast. I cannot wait to touch down in Jackson, Tennessee. Jackson is such a community that loves pageantry, so it's just going to be such a fun week.
It's going to be amazing.
It's been a long time coming, and I'm just so excited to finally have New Hampshire across my chest. I'm just so proud and honored for the opportunity.
I'm proud. Very proud, and I'm excited to have you as a representative. So thank you. Good luck, and we want it when you come back to the show, and we want to hear all the details.
Yes.
Naughty and nice, because there are some naughty ones like the donuts, and sometimes there's a little bit of cake.
After swimsuit, I already told my best friend, I'm like, have the candy ready. I can't wait.
I love it. Oh my goodness. So thank you everybody for joining us. And I hope you enjoyed Just Jocelyn with Jana Elsayed and myself, Jocelyn. We will see you here next week. Same time, same place. Blessings to you all. See you next time.